Welcome back to the Brain Mission channel. I'm your host Brainy, and today we have a double whammy for you. We will be doing two important PEP actions. One, we'll be explaining the PEP scoring mechanism, and two, we'll be doing an essay about PEP. I will also include in the description a free downloadable essay template. Let's get started. We're right here in the middle of Halfway Tree with Dustin from St. Peter and Paul. Hey Dustin, what do you know about PEP?
The primary exit profile has replaced GSAT. PEP will provide a profile of where the students are academically and their readiness for grade 7.
Thanks much, Dustin. Now take a look at the scoring table for PEP carefully and try to understand it before I give my explanation. Okay, time's up. So let's start with grade 4. You will be assessed on two subjects, language arts and mathematics, and this will be done through performance tasks. For grade 5, you have language arts, science, math and social studies, and again, these will be performance tasks driven. Grade 6 is where you have the bulk of everything. You have ability tests, language arts, and math performance tasks. And wait, it's not over yet for grade 6. You also have the CBTs, math, science, language arts, and social studies. From grade 4 to 6, all your tests add up to 400 points. 40 for grade 4, 80 for grade 5, and 280 for grade 6. If you have not done so well in grade 4 and 5, you still have a chance, as 70% of the total placement score is aligned to grade 6.
So let's jump into the essay writing aspect of it. Now, you have the CBTs that's standing in your way of getting a highly proficient, and a part of that CBT is the language arts, which normally you have essay writing in there. So the aim here is to get you ready for any language arts or any essay that you would face doing your CBTs in a couple days. So let's jump right in. I have created 3 sources. I'm going to share this with you in the description as well. You can download, they're free. And these are taken from the Ministry of Education and Youth. So these are real stuff that you can use as well for information. They can give you data as it relates to PEP itself. So I'm going to use these as 3 reference or 3 sources that I'm going to use to actually create an essay. And I'm going to show you I'm going to also include, the template that you can download. All right. So here's source 1. What is PEP? So the primary exit profile PEP will replace the existing grade 6 achievement test, which was called GSAT for short. PEP will provide a profile of where the student is academically and the student's strengths and weaknesses and their readiness for grade 7. PEP will assess students' knowledge in addition to placing increased emphasis on assessing students' skills of communication, critical thinking, and creativity. All right. So why PEP though? Why did we change from GSAT to PEP? So coming out of 2004, Task Force of Educational Reform report, it was recommended that the Jamaican education system embark on a radical transformation process so as to equip its citizens with the necessary skills and competencies that will give them a competitive advantage in the global marketplace. Policymakers and educators have identified a number of approaches to reforming Jamaica's education system, seen through the implementation of Education System Transformation Program, ESTP. Since 2012, the core curriculum unit of the ministry, along with a team of consultants, embarked on a revision of the national curriculum for grades 1 through to 9. The revised primary curriculum RPC that had been in use in Jamaican primary schools since September 2001 did not take a developmental appropriate outcome-based approach in a manner that would define what children should know and be able to do. Additionally, the 2004 Task Force report recommended a review of several of the assessment tools which the Ministry of Education has since acted on. There was also the review of the Grade 6 Achievement Test, GSAT, which started in 2009 and showed several weaknesses, which has taken us to the National Standards Curriculum. PEP is aligned to the NSC. Alright, so that's my source 2. I have one final source and then I'm going to jump into the essay. So this is from the Ministry of Education. All of this is from the Ministry of Education, just to let you know. I took it from the government site, right? So you can actually go on the Ministry of Education and you can see all of this there for yourself. Alright, so let's jump into this one. This is high priority, and there was a different scoring mechanism, but from 2003 going forward, this is the one that will be used. So schools bulletin, it says, attention regional directors, school board chairman and principals of all public and private educational institutions. Subject, placement contribution score for the primary exit profile. So this is very important. It will tell you how you derive at the scores for PEP. So dear colleagues, the Ministry of Education and Youth remains committed to ensuring that our stakeholders are kept informed of the reporting mechanism of the primary exit profile, PEP. Therefore, as we approach the release date for the results of the 2023 primary exit profile, PEP 5 examinations, the Examination and Assessment Administration Services Branch wishes to advise our stakeholders of the score contribution at each grade level towards a student's placement score at the end of grade 6. It is important to note that the current grade 6 cohort 2003 to 2024, 2023, I'm sorry, to 2024, to 2024 I should say, will transition to grade 7 with a placement score that comprises their PEP 4 to 2022 scores, PEP 5 2023 scores, and PEP 6 2024 scores. So the maximum contribution score at each grade level is shown in the table below. So here's how PEP is scored, but guess what? This is just the bulletin. I am gonna use the essay. So I'm gonna use these 3 sources to write an essay. And as normal, I've already written the essay, and I'm gonna include this template for you to use. All right, so for the interest of time, I would have just made a short and spicy essay for PEP. All right, so as you know, an essay should have an introduction, which is a claim. Then you're gonna have the body, which can be topic 1 or a first point, second point, you name it, and we also call that part the evidence, right? And then at the end, you have your conclusion, which is your warrant. So we also call that conclusion or warrant. All right, so let's look at the essay that I wrote. So my introduction, it's made up of, first, the introduction is all of this, right? So the introduction has first the hook, which I started out by saying, don't you dare give up. It is not the end of the road. So people are going to be wondering, reading this essay, what am I not giving up on, or what someone should not give up on, right? So that's the hook that I have there. And then I put a background to the hook by saying, I have done some research around the PEP scoring mechanism. So now you know what it is, and persons who are interested to know why they shouldn't give up, they will now read some more. So, and then I have the thesis statement will tell you exactly what the entire essay is about. So you still have a chance to get a highly proficient score, even if you have not done so well in grades 4 and 5 PEP tests. All right, so people are now gonna say, wow, I need to know, how is it that I still have a chance after I didn't do so well? And again, this video is not to say that you shouldn't do well in the first part, but it's to motivate you that even if you don't, then don't give up. You should push harder so you can actually still get a good score. So let's jump into the body, which is normally called evidence, right? So all of this is evidence, or the body, and I broke it down into topic 1 and topic 2. So let's jump into the first point. What is PEP? The primary exit profile, according to source 1, is the transitioning mechanism for students moving from grade 6 to grade 7. PEP assesses students' communication, critical thinking, and creativity to create, and so this should be an individual development path for their future in high school. according to source 1. So all of this is according to source 1, and that is what PEP is about. Alright, this part shouldn't be in there actually. Let me take it out. Alright, so then topic 2 now. According to source 3, there are three categories for scoring. Test scores use maximum contribution scores and percentages of total. Grade 4 has a total of 40 scores, which is 10% of the total scores one can achieve. Grade 5 has a total of 80 scores, which is 20% the total scores one can achieve. Grade 6 has a total of 280 scores, which is 70% of the total scores one can achieve. So to conclude then, if that is the case, right, if 70% of everything is in grade 6, guess what? My conclusion is, it is safe to say that my claim of students still having a chance of getting a good score even if they did not do so well in grade 4 and 5, right? And here's the importance. I should take this part out because I have it over there already. So it should say this gives hope to some students who would be of the opinion that all is lost after a not so good performance in grade 4 and 5. And then a strong closing statement, it should actually be, and I should take this out. Strong closing statement is, there is still a chance, so make it count by going all out on the CBTs. Again, there's still a chance, so make it count by going all out on the CBTs. And this, my friends, would be a short and spicy essay about PEP, and it also should be a motivating factor for you to go into the CBTs. I think they're on Wednesday. Do not give up. Remember that although maybe sometimes you don't start so well, it's not everything that starts not well ends not well. You still have a chance of changing anything, so give it your best. I'm your host, Brainy, and I want you to like, share, subscribe, share it with everybody you know gonna do PEP, and give them some motivation to let them know that guess what, you can still pass your PEP even if you didn't do so well in the initial stages. Have a good one and see you next time on the Brain Mission channel.